as we see the old man, the old self on the cross, and we despair in that sinfulness, we cannot overdo that. We cannot see our sinfulness too much unless it means that we see it and stay there. Look with me in your notes at the words of Dane Ortlund. He writes this: "There's nothing noble about staying in that pit of despair," meaning the pit of, let's use the biblical word repentance. He says there's nothing noble about staying in that pit of despair. We need to experience it, but we are not meant to dwell in it. Healthy despair is an intersection, not a highway, a gateway, not a pathway. We must go there, but we dare not stay there. So that despair of seeing ourself, the old self on the cross, it's like a springboard that's meant to spring us down deep into despair and then spring us the other direction into the other biblical word that we'll use, faith. Repentance and faith. Repentance is meant to take us deep into the spring and then jettison us into faith. So think of it, remember, who else here remembers I guess they're still going on, but the ridiculous WWE. Who remembers that ridiculous fake wrestling? Anybody remember that? Okay, the fake wrestling, and if you really believe it's real, then you and I should talk later. But the fake wrestling, okay, there's two signature moves. The first signature move was you climbed up on the top turnbuckle and you jumped off and you did the pile driver on the guy on the mat, which if you really did that would kill him. The other signature move was this other ridiculous thing where the guy threw himself against the ropes and the ropes slung him against the other guy. Could you not just run faster? Would it not be more impetus to just run toward him? Why the whole bouncing off the ropes thing? But anyway, the point was you could supposedly get more force by bouncing off the rope into the guy. That's repentance. Repentance is going deep into that despair and then being launched into faith. Or maybe a better analogy is an analogy of a bow. Repentance is pulling back the bowstring, and faith is releasing the arrow. And the two of those things must go together. One without the other is unbiblical. Repentance without faith is remorse. Repentance without faith is regret. Repentance without faith is the difference between Judas and Peter. Both of them denied Jesus. Both of them wept. One was launched into faith. The other was not. Repentance without faith is unbiblical. Faith without repentance is also unbiblical. Faith without repentance is self-righteousness. Repentance and faith are the process. Repentance and faith is what Paul is describing when he says you look to the cross and you see yourself on it, and that pit of despair launches you into the faith of belief. But they have to be together. It would be like me saying to you, let me give you this special quarter. I got a special quarter. I'm going to give you this really special quarter. There's no other quarter like it. It's a one-sided quarter. It's a heads-only quarter. There's no tails. You say, that's absurd. That's impossible. There is no one-sided coin. By definition, a coin has two sides. In the same way, there can be no biblical repentance without faith, and there can be no biblical faith without repentance. The two of those must go together, and that is what Paul says makes the manner of coming to the table a worthy manner.